How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Sigma as a Gamers, and today it looks like Nintendo has recently expressed their interest, or basically they have no interest in acquiring new gaming development companies or any other publishers, just like Microsoft and Sony have been doing with both Activision and Bungie, respectively, in the most recent weeks. And I gotta say, that's actually really good news that Nintendo rather kind of doesn't want to get involved with any of those kind of major trends that are going on and just want to stick with their own things and just kind of like stick with their own, making their own games and just not kind of like follow the crowd or the competition, just like basically stay away from all that. And I gotta say, that's what I'd rather them do. And so without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this recent news, which starts off saying that looking like this console generation might be defined by video game acquisitions, as both Sony and Microsoft have been making billions of dollars deals to bring outside talent under their respective umbrellas. While Nintendo has been known to purchase other studios on occasion, it doesn't seem the company is in any rush to join this particular trend. In an interview with Bloomberg, Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa intimated that the company's philosophy towards the game development would make it difficult to bring in large number of employees unfamiliar with that style. Nintendo will always stay Nintendo. The company has always relied on first-party games, and I don't see any reason why they should change. I gotta say, really good move because, hey, the reason why I still will buy Nintendo consoles these days is mainly because they're exclusives. And so yeah, I gotta say, if you have a console but have any other games that I cannot not play anywhere else and they appeal to me, guess what? I'm probably gonna buy that console. So our brand was built on products crafted with dedication by our employees, and having a large number of people who don't possess Nintendo DNA in our group would not be a plus to the company. Nintendo purchased developer Next Level Games last year for an undisclosed amount of money. The deal was a smart one for both parties. After all, Nintendo was in the small Vancouver-based studio had established a close partnership for over several years, with Next Level Games having developed titles such as Super Mario Strikers Punch-Out! And Luigi's Mansion 3. The last game in particular has been a massive success on Nintendo Switch. During the company's latest sales briefing, Nintendo revealed that Luigi's Mansion 3 has sold more than 11 million copies, and Nintendo is going to make any future acquisitions. Fans can expect them to be on scale similar to Next Level Games as opposed to a giant like Activision Blizzard or Bethesda. It makes much more sense for now the company operates. Nintendo certainly has the money to spend, but the company has a very specific style when it comes to games that it publishes, and it would be hard to force a large established company to fit that style. And at the end of the day, it makes more sense for Nintendo to keep doing what it does best. So yeah, that's actually going to be for today's news, and I gotta say, this is actually a really good move for Nintendo. Even though that I may not agree with with the way they kind of run their business, but most of the time in terms of like, oh, you're not allowed to like upload this kind of video that has anything Nintendo related on your YouTube channel, or have that little Mario sound in this little kind of form of media that you're trying to create, or basically any of that kind of stuff that's just like all nitpicking, say no, you can't do this, you can't do that. But overall, I gotta say, this is actually a really smart move for Nintendo to actually not jump on the bandwagon and just buying these publishers, even though that they have the money to actually do it. I'd rather them actually use that kind of money to actually focus on building their own products and their own games, like make their own systems and their own games, just like they've been doing for so many years. And I gotta say, it so far, like, after all these years of like being a Nintendo fan, probably since I was like 3 or 4 years old when I first played Mario Paint, they never seen any film at all. Just like I personally bought every Nintendo console, well, except for the Wii U, since well, it was like kind of like a little bit of a flip flop, but overall, it had like really good games that were appealing to me. But I'm still kind of like holding off on that, but kind of like skipped it and hoping that some of those games will still get ported on the Switch one day, such as Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD, and who knows, maybe probably a reimagining of Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask by any chance. Hey, we shall see what happens. And so yeah, that's going to be it for today's news, guys. And if you found it to be helpful and informative, then be sure to drop a like as always, subscribe for more content like this, hit the bell to be notified when my next video is going to drop. And if you got your own thoughts or opinions based on this recent news of Nintendo stating that they have no interest in buying any other publishers or game developers, just like these other two companies that I mentioned earlier have been doing recently in this quarter of this year, then go ahead and sign on in the comment section below and get a discussion going. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next one.